if I told you that one of the most powerful political moments of this year didn't happen in Parliament, at a press conference, alongside a policy announcement? It happened quietly, beside a crackling campfire on a cold Canadian evening. Families were laughing, children were smiling, and marshmallows were slowly turning golden over open flames. And standing there, without ceremony or spectacle, the Prime Minister of Canada. No stage, no script, no political performance. Just Mark Carney laughing with kids, chatting with parents, roasting marshmallows like any other Canadian. Somehow, that simple moment said more about leadership and connection than 1,000 speeches ever could. Fallowfield Tree Farm, surrounded by bundled-up families and drifting campfire smoke, Carney wasn't trying to convince anyone of anything, wasn't performing or delivering lines. He was simply being human, joking with kids about sugar rushes, making sure people were warm, handing out marshmallows like an older brother at a family bonfire, even laughing about possibly losing his eyebrows. Thing about it felt staged or polished. It felt real, and Canadians felt that. In a world where leaders often seem distant, guarded, emotionally disconnected, Canadians are seeing something different in Carney. You don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the comments. Person wrote, "Nice to see Canada has a normal human being as a PM. Not a powerful politician, not a brilliant economist, just a normal human being." And right now, after years of global uncertainty, political tension, and economic anxiety, that simplicity means everything. Craving a leader who feels like one of them. Another viewer said they loved that his smile and laughter felt genuine and kind-natured, adding that the world needs more kindness. That's not a comment about policy or power. It's about character. It's about sincerity. It's about emotional authenticity. Carney isn't just doing politics. He's connecting as a person. And Canadians are noticing. Comments stood out even more. Someone thanked Carney for treating Volodymyr Zelensky with respect. That single sentence speaks volumes. People aren't just seeing a man roasting marshmallows. They're connecting that warmth to how he treats world leaders, how he treats ordinary Canadians. He carries himself on the global stage. Kindness isn't something you switch on for cameras. It's part of who you are. Perhaps the most powerful reaction came from someone who said, "They usually don't feel connected to politicians. That Carney feels different, new to politics, highly intelligent, kind, and deeply human." They said they don't just respect him, they revere him. That word matters. Reverence comes from trust, belief, and emotional connection. The comment ended by wishing a happy new year, not just to Mark Carney, to him and his wife Diana, because Canadians don't just see a politician, they see a family. They see warmth, decency, and humanity. You place this moment against the global political landscape, the contrast becomes impossible to ignore.
Burning it. By the end of it.
On one side is Carney, calm, approachable, emotionally grounded. A leader gaining support not through intimidation or theatrics, but through authenticity, intelligence, and empathy. A leader who builds trust instead of fear. On the other side is Donald Trump, whose presence often creates tension rather than comfort, conflict rather than connection. While Carney spends time with families and children, Trump fuels resentment and hostility, Even toward allies like Canada, Carney's approval continues to rise. Respect for Canada is growing. Global leaders value his counsel, and Canadians feel closer to him. Trump, meanwhile, finds himself increasingly isolated, feared more than admired. His style exhausts people. It hardens conversations and drains hope. Carney does the opposite. He restores faith. He reminds people what healthy leadership looks like. Leadership isn't just about authority or power. It's about how people feel when you enter a room. With Trump, the room tightens. With Carney, it relaxes. With Trump, allies brace for confrontation. Carney, partners prepare for cooperation. That's why this marshmallow moment matters. While some leaders burn bridges, Carney lights campfires. Some will say it's just marshmallows, just a holiday outing. But moments like this reveal far more than press conferences ever could. Leadership isn't only about governing. It's about presence, humility, and how you treat people when formality disappears. A prime minister who kneels down to a child's level, laughs with them, and isn't afraid to look human is the kind of leader people remember and trust. This moment isn't an exception. It fits a pattern Canadians are beginning to recognize. Over the past year, Carney hasn't just been seen as prime minister. He's been experienced as a human being. Whether donating toys with families, speaking to soldiers with genuine gratitude, comforting communities during hardship, or welcoming world leaders with warmth and dignity, the common thread is authenticity. He doesn't turn kindness on for optics. He doesn't pretend to be relatable. He simply is. So when you watch this video of Mark Carney standing by a glowing fire, handing marshmallows to children and laughing like a neighbor instead of a politician, understand what you're really seeing. Seeing trust being built. You're seeing leadership grounded in humanity. Seeing proof that politics isn't just about policy. It's about people. And in a time when many Canadians feel divided, tired, emotionally worn down, moments like this remind us that leadership can still feel human, that kindness can exist in power, and that sometimes leadership looks like standing in the cold with everyone else, making sure the kids go first, smiling, laughing, simply being part of the Canadian family. Judging by the reaction, Carney isn't just lighting a campfire. He's lighting hearts,